And like I said, we talk about the 12 tribes. And but God didn't have no respect of person for his tribe. And today's lesson is coming out of the tribe of Benjamin. And Benjamin, as you know, was one of Jacob's children. Mm-hmm. In other words, he was the youngest one. And he was Joseph's brother. Matter of fact, Joseph and Benjamin, you know, Joseph was the most beloved of Jacob. And he gave him the coat of many colors and all that stuff was in play. Mm-hmm. But now we're talking about years later. You know, with your tribe, when you come from a family, or your family of folks, you don't lose focus on their family.
That's right.
Family legacy goes on and on and on and on. And even to the day, if you trace your family ties back, you will go back to one of those tribes.
That's right.
12 tribes. And but today we're talking about the tribe of Benjamin. Mm-hmm. And how the tribe of Benjamin got cut off from God.
All right.
Got cut off from God. And, well, when the tribe of Benjamin done wrong,
mm-hmm.
In Gilead.
Uh-huh.
That's where they was at. And Elkanah. Elkanah was Korah, the son of Abraham, took before those days and said, thou shalt again go out to battle the children of Benjamin. Uh-huh. And my brother or shall be seized. And well, what they was fighting for.
Uh-huh.
The Benjaminites had done wrong. What they had did, they had took this woman, and some of the men of the town had raped her. Mm-hmm. And the woman was a prostitute, and they raped her over 200 and some times.
Wow.
They raped her to death. And the people of the town wouldn't do anything about it. So when they wouldn't do nothing about it, God took over. Uh-huh. And God sent the children of Israel. I mean, all the other tribes got together. And they went in council with the Benjaminites to see what they could do about the situation. Uh-huh. And the Benjaminites, they wouldn't do nothing. They said, we ain't doing nothing about it. So they formed a council that Benjamin should be punished. And when it came down to
see your mama no way.
To the punishment, they was going to fight it.
Uh-huh.
And they did. They went up to war with them. And the Benjaminites beat them. They beat them. And they go back and counsel with God. When they go back to counsel with God, they tell God, says, we need to get us another tribe to go out against. Uh-huh. So he goes out again. Like the tribe of Dan goes out this time against him. And when he goes out against him, division of Knights whoop them again.
Uh-huh.
And all 25,000 men lost their lives in one night. And in terms of Benjamin, they was mighty, but they were still in the wrong.
Uh-huh.
In God's eyesight, they was wrong. So what God done then was he set another tribe up. And the next tribe went out. That time they had to get a strategy how they could beat the Benjaminites.
Mm-hmm.
And when they went out that time, they went to war, and they were beaten. All the Benjamins run to all the men of battle went to the hills and in the wilderness to hide. And the children of Israel, the rest of the tribe, they went into counsel to God. And as they was in counsel with God, they told God, said, we are all sitting at the table.
Uh-huh.
But there's only 11 tribes of us sitting at this table. One of us is out, that you have cut off. And that's when God opened his eyes on the people and said that, look, we is going to establish the tribe back, the tribe of Benjamin.
Uh-huh.
Put them back. But what he did when he put them back, to show you that God don't have no respect of person, and God is a clean God. God don't take no halfway doing thing. When he want a clean tribe, he will do whatever it takes to have a clean tribe. Okay. As he done Joshua.
Uh-huh.
Joshua, when he took over the country, to kill everything in that country.
Uh-huh.
And every child, man, boy, girl, animal, whatever, to destroy everything, that it will be clean when he put it back.
Uh-huh.
And at this time, God had went there and told them to go in and destroy all the women from the Benjaminites.
Uh-huh.
Now, whether they had done anything or not, he had them destroy everything. Everything that was old enough to be married, if I had dealing with a man, he destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent the children of Israel to the wilderness to find these children, these Benjaminites.
All right.
And to bring them back. The men, all the men, to bring them back. And enable them to marry these young girls that was in the village or in the town or that was of Benjamin.
Uh-huh.
So that the tribe would not be lost. So, but like I said, God don't hold back his punishment on nobody. We do wrong, he gonna punish us.
That's right.
Whoever do wrong, they will be punished in the long run. And this is taken from Judges, from the 19th chapter of Judges on out through the 21st chapter.
Uh-huh.
And then what he done, he went, like I said, got all the children, the Benjamins, brought them back. enabled them to marry the children of their ability, young girls of their ability, ones that had never had dealing with a man. And that's how he restored the Benjamin back into the 12 tribes.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes to tell you this. You would thought that Benjamin was Jacob's favorite. Jacob had favor with God. God had favor with Jacob. Joseph, he had favor with God. And God had favor with him.
Mm-hmm.
But his brother, he had favor with God because he was one of the 12 tribes.
Check one more.
But then in the end, the older ones had passed and gone on. This was like 100 years later, 200 years later. This was on down through time. That if you born of this tribe, you still of this tribe.
That's right.
God, just like Israel, we always talk about Israel, what they should do and why they should protect Israel. Even though if Israel caught any wrong, the United States always said we're going to go along with Israel. But sometimes when you're wrong, you're wrong.
Uh-huh.
If you're wrong in God's eyesight, God will hold you accountable for the things that you do wrong.
Uh-huh.
And in this deal, God realized that I would cut the whole tribe off.
Mm-hmm.
And by the help of other levels of brothers, tribes, they decided to restore it. God did.
Mm-hmm.
And when he restored it, that's the way he done it. He went and got them all, brought them back, destroyed a bunch of people that hadn't done nothing. And because it was the cleaning process. If he had left them there, they would have had some of their old ways.
Uh-huh.
So what he had to do was clean the whole tribe out and start anew. And when he did that, just re-established Benjamin's, as we say, the Benjaminites, to back in the fold with the 12 tribes of Israel.
Uh-huh.